Friday, July 8th, 2022, and welcome to Coffee and Accountability. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your encouragement and your support and your just all your comments have been so lovely. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It really helps on the days where I'm like not doing well. I do have my coffee this morning. Thank you very much. I needed it after yesterday. We're going to go and do some budget with me today. Yeah, I'm going to do this in two parts. So I'll have the paper budget with me, and then I'll have a separate video for going through YNAB and sticking in those amounts. Yeah, so I will tell you, yesterday, Thursday, I had wow, I had a day. I messed up on my budget, starting from I think it was the last paycheck in June that I messed up. And I messed that up, and then so that next one was wrong, and then the current one was way wrong. I came to have like extra money, not extra money, but money that wasn't accounted for in my bank account, because what I need to do is have my bank account match what I put down on paper, and then have that paper match what's in YNAB. And YNAB was very wrong yesterday, even after I tried to reconcile and do everything that I needed to do. I couldn't. So I'll show you what I did to help me out and to get me better on track and with the correct amount that I need to budget for. So anyway, let us get to today's budget. I could not focus one bit yesterday at all. I tried looking up some trips for some clients, and I just couldn't. The focus wasn't there, and so that made me frustrated, so I had to stop that. And I did do a couple of gigs yesterday, and I still couldn't focus. I have my GPS on all the time, but my brain just wasn't hearing the directions, so I made a couple of wrong turns, which is stupid because I've been to that neighborhood before. So anyway, yesterday was terrible. I did go and donate plasma last night, and that was funny because I was there probably an hour and a half, and the donation was fine. It was just the return and the saline that something got messed up, and they had to end me early, so I got Gatorade instead of saline, and that was awesome. But I was only a couple minutes late to pick up my daughter from work. So, and then we got food, and then we got Chipotle because I hadn't eaten since that afternoon, and I'm diabetic, and I need to eat on a regular basis, but I can't eat on a regular basis because my brain just doesn't work that way. So we are going to, so I asked, God, what is my brain doing? I'm very sorry about all this. So my brain does not think linearly. My brain bounces around. So I'm very sorry. I know it's frustrating. I know it's irritating. I would like to fix it. I'm trying to. So So after I picked up my daughter from work, I asked her if she wanted food, and she's like, "What?" Uh, she's 18. I I don't know. She's like, "What?" I'm like, "Do you want to get food?" So I named off some places, and we went ultimately, like the next little intersection, little the brain. Um, it's not a shopping center because it's only Chipotle in that shopping center. But so we went over to Chipotle and got food, and then I went to the grocery store and got some of the New Realm canned margarita with actual tequila in it, and yeah, I had one of those and my Chipotle, and then I went to sleep because yesterday was not focusing. So, thank you for listening to my little rant. So now let's get into the budget with me. Let's go ahead and take some sips of coffee or water or soda, whatever you got. Don't forget to hydrate. I am going to drink some water because I have not actually have not tested my blood sugar this morning. So that's probably a problem. So let's go ahead and take a drink of that too. Okay, that feels a little bit better. All right. Snailed it. I snailed it. I did not snail it yesterday. That was not happening. My friend Whiteout in my non-erasable pen. Okay, so I looked at this no spend challenge for July. I'm just gonna move my coffee cup. Sorry, my coffee cup. Because I like to have it on the right side of me, and the right side of me is out of frame. So I looked at the no spend challenge, and I actually read this yesterday. And this is from Hands and Bands. She's so fun. I love her. But so far I only have one no spend day. So what I'm tracking are the days that I actually don't spend anything. Like I don't spend any cash from my variable envelopes, and I don't have anything auto pay from my bank account. So truly the days that I literally don't spend a dime. So I've only had one of those so far. This week it looks like there's only going to be one day. I will have to look at my calendar. Yes, because we need to add to dining out. But because yesterday this tally didn't come out, I had to do something. I stopped paying my credit card through Tally, so I'm paying the Tally's minimum. It's $60 for the next couple of months, which is fine. I have not done Chipotle. I know you can't see it. Let me see if I can move you. So bear with me. We're flying. All right. So I'm writing on the days that I spend, kind of what I spend. And I made a second mistake yesterday too, because that was just the mode. I did spend $28.04 at Chipotle, and then I spent $20.48 at Harris Teeter on some fun stuff and some milk. That if you are a drinker and over 21, and you like tequila and margaritas, I would say try the New Realm. if you have it in your area, because that was delicious. So HT is Harris Teeter, and I spent, what was the amount? $20.48. Okay, so in the process of getting Chipotle, we ordered it through the app, so we can go through their little pickup drive-through Chipotle. We really like that. It's really cool. And neither of us had to get out of the car. Oh my God. Excuse me. So I don't have my bank cards loaded into my phone on the contactless payment, because it's too tempting. It's too tempting to spend. So I only have PayPal loaded, and I took off on PayPal. They have the top up feature, and I took off the top up feature, and I was paying Chipotle through the app. So I had to go back into PayPal to take off, to put on that top up feature so I could pay Chipotle through the app. But what I inadvertently did was I went to the section on PayPal where it says direct deposit, and I moved $28.04 from my bank account into PayPal, thinking that would be the right thing, because I couldn't find where the top up feature was. So I did that, and then it's like, well, it's going to take 5 days, and I'm like, no, God. So I finally found the top up feature, and I turned it on, and then I pressed order on Chipotle. So I have $28.04 actually paid for Chipotle, and then I have in PayPal, should be going over $28.04. So essentially I paid twice for dinner. So I will have to budget these, but I can't budget it until I have the pay that comes in today, because I have to pay some other things, and I will show you what it is in a second. So why don't we go there now? But that's what I spent yesterday. I did get compensation for plasma yesterday, and that was $80, but that stays on my plasma card, and I'm not gonna do deposits on that until a couple of days. Yeah, until a couple of days before the end of the month, so I can have it for the first. And that money will either go toward rent, or it'll go for some other things. But it's definitely gonna help my situation, because it's not a good one. So let's fly you back over. I am saving up to get a different tripod. Caro Cash has a tripod that, if you look on the leftover video, there's this white looks like box thing, and I found that on Amazon, and it's on sale right now. So I do want to save up to get that, because I think it'll be a little easier, and I can stick it up here, and you're not going to be able to really see the tripod. So essentially I'll have a bigger working space instead of just tiny bits here. But we make do with what we have. So there we go. I did put it on my Amazon wish list, which is awesome, so I can see the price changes and whatnot. So I am saving up for that. I don't have an envelope specifically for that yet, but I think I might make one. I did make I did make, before we get to the mess up, I did make some envelopes the other day. My savings challenges. I did make some envelopes the other day. Where did I put the, oh yeah. So I put the envelopes I made in my bag for yesterday because I was intending to go to the bank and take out the cash for my variable expenses that I needed, and I didn't get a chance to go to the bank because it was just a day. So let me show you kind of how I made the envelopes. These envelopes I just printed from my what's it called? My host agency. So I'm a travel agent and I work under a host agency. That's how I get to book all the trips, and I have access to all the suppliers. So my host agency is a gateway to Magic Travel, and I kind of love them. It's a small agency. They're really nice. Their fees, at least for me, for me it's nice. Because I'm at the lowest tier right now. That's what I chose because I'm working on gaining more clients. So I'm on the lowest tier, so I make 60% of my actual commission. They keep 40, which is totally fine. But they do have these printable envelopes on the website for me, for me. You can't access them, but I can send them. I can email them to you. It's just an envelope. You print it out and you cut it out, and it becomes an envelope. It will fit in the A6. It'll fit in the A6 envelopes, because I do have one here. So, oh yeah. To taxes, I printed from Hands and Mans also, and I made this blue envelope the taxes envelope. So I just cut off the flap, so when I save taxes I can stick them in here, and that is what I'm going to do this month. So obviously these are free printables. If you would like them, I can email you the file. I just can't. I'm not. They're free to me, so they're free to you. And they have the trackers on the back, which is nice. So these are supposed to be with like vacation savings, but I'm using them for my own purposes, for just savings, because they work, and that is what I have, because I really can't be spending any extra to like get fun, you know, get to buy the things. And since I have the printables, I'm just going to use those because they're free to me. They're easy to use, the size that we need. And I just put, they all say my next adventure. I just put a piece of paper over it, and I spruce it up with some of my washi tape. So that is what we are doing with these. Comes in handy. They're awesome. It's so fun. I'll show you what I did to the ones I have in my bag once I'm able to take them out of my bag. So let's actually get to it. We're getting really long, so this is gonna, we're gonna, wow. We're going to review the mess ups I did. And then in the next video with YNAB, we'll actually go through and do the budget with me. I am so sorry we haven't gotten to that, but I talk too much. So let's go for it. So the July tracker. As I said, I'm only putting in the days that I am literally have no spending. Like, I'm not spending cash for my variable, and I'm not, and I don't have anything coming out of my bank on auto pay. So I read it, and this is Hands and Bands. This was a free printable, and I love her. She's awesome. So the directions say color in a star for each no spend day. At the end of the week or month, add up your spend days and invest or apply that number to a debt. And then you determine how much star is worth. So mine are at 5. And then I just realized so far I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days that I'll need to put 5 in. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 so far that I have, that I'll put into a pot at the end of the month. My guess is that I'm gonna have only a few no spend days, so that'll be quite a bit of money I get to add to one of my envelopes, which is nice, and I'll be able to do it because I start something later. So quickly, let us go over this. So we're scooting you over, and I'm gonna try to zoom you in as much as possible. So hold on a moment. Here we go. All right. So this was from July 4th, over the weekend, that big one. I apparently cannot do math. So it is $492.30. And if we look at all these, I did the math wrong. So it's actually $315 and $177.80 from here. And I had 100. The orange is what I corrected. So from the expenses is $150.81, and then gas. Now, mind you, these have already been deducted from my bank account, right? So I'll go into YNAB and make sure that they've synced with my bank account before I approve. Well, obviously approve, but before I really go and put the money in. But this one was very wrong. So I have 125.01, so it's about $2 off on everything. That's wrong. So I had 29.05, and theoretically I would have 29.05 left over from this paycheck to go to this next one, and this was July 6th, so really like a couple days ago. So I added the 29.05 to all of this, and my bank account was saying this amount, so I had to figure out what was the difference. So the difference was $181.01 between this amount, so rollover, and this amount. But then I also found I was missing another $5.40. So I went and added that. I hadn't quite finished with this, but I am paying rent, or most of my rent, like today. I did budget for cat food on here and gas and the vet, which I need. So I wasn't quite done with this. So the orange signifies like adjustments on this, because this is wrong, right? So nothing was matching what my bank account was saying, except for the things that have cleared my bank, that were auto paid. This auto pays on the 10th, supposedly the 7th, so I don't know if the new amount is gonna post from yesterday. This is today, and this is on the 19th, so this isn't this I can wait on for a little bit. My total in my bank was this amount, and then my bill, my rent, sinking funds, savings, supposed to be this amount, but it's actually this amount. I went ahead because there was the 163. Oh no, it was the 193, because I also fixed that. Remember when I was saying that I had the withdrawal that I made for my variable funds last week. I was trying to split it up into different categories, and I messed that up, but I fixed it. So that now made it exactly 163 that I needed to budget for. So I took that 163 and I went and stuck in these numbers. And that was fine. But then when I went to go put in this number, oops, this number 136.95 and 149.50, they were ready to be assigned. There wasn't enough to cover this, to cover rent. There wasn't enough to cover sinking my variable envelopes or my savings challenges. But my bank still had the correct amount. So I tremendously frustrated yesterday. So on YNAB, they do have a setting that you can restart a budget. So that's what I did. So you can do a fresh start, right? So I chose to do a fresh start yesterday. And what that does is that it archives the budget that you were working on before, and then it pulls over your linked accounts, your categories, and all that. It pulls that over from the day you do the restart. So yesterday I did the restart. So let me now show you what we're doing on YNAB. So hang on one second.